Welcome to Regan's Corner. Riley, we got a special show for them today because it's the first week of the NFL season and the MLB season is slowly coming to end here with the pennants and stuff like that. And my Cubbies being on a 7-game winning streak, even though it's the division's out of reach completely. But uh, let's talk about the
Yeah.
NFL season a little bit here.
Yeah. Also, I will say, even though, postseason might, probably not going to happen for the Cubs, it is still pretty exciting to get the win streak at least, get something to look forward to, especially now that you lost Chris Bryant, Rizzo, and Baez. At least something to make you happy as a Cubs fan.
Something. But we gained a Frank in the tank, We gained the wisdom, okay? Long as they can keep those boys and Contreras, and maybe down the road, maybe can kindle with the old captain and steal him from the Yankees. I'm all for it.
Yeah, it might be all right for you.
Maybe. Or the Giants. I don't know. I don't care. Either one. Either one. But let's go to a little NFL action, okay? It is the week of the first week of the season. Football is finally back, and then the crowds are finally back for now, okay? Keyword for now.
Yes, yeah, very exciting. I think a lot of people are really looking forward to football being back. It's exciting. There's going to be some good games this week, I think. A lot to look forward to. And the first game we get is Bucks and Cowboys, so we get to see Tom Brady, see what he's got since his, last time we saw him was the Super Bowl, and he was looking pretty sharp. So
nice. So who do you got?
In Thursday night, I'm going to go with Tampa. I think, they're coming off last season, carry that momentum with them, we're the defending champions. And so I got to go Tampa. Also with Dallas, Dak Prescott, there was talks about his health. So I got to give Tom Brady the upper hand in that one. Buffalo and Pittsburgh, got to go the Bills. I think Josh Allen's going to have another really good year. I'm counting on them to do some big things again this season. Panthers, Jets. Panthers, I guess, since, it's the Jets. Jaguars and Houston.
Before you pick the Jaguars and Houston, that game is very interesting. The Panthers and Giants, because it's the revenge of the Sam. Sam Darnold getting absolutely released or just traded off like hot garbage to Carolina just for a younger quarterback in the early rounds from BYU. This is going to be probably a very, very interesting matchup. But as long as Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, I think Carolina might surprise some people. But this could be a garbage for the season game. I am going with the Panthers. Now, Riley, who are you taking for?
Yeah, I'd go. I think Panthers all the way. I mean, I know Jets, they got Zachy. I'd go the Panthers.
For sure. Now, Jacksonville, Houston, the first Trevor Lawrence game. Okay. And it's the first that he hasn't had Travis Etienne in a while. Okay. So how does he do with that really bad offensive line there? And how does he survive even against the Houston Texans?
I think this one could be really close. I mean, I guess you would give Trevor Lawrence the upper hand. I think you'd want him to win. He's the number one pick. He's got to come out and, I think he's really got something to prove. And especially like week 1, you want to make the fans happy, make the program happy. So I could see him coming out and taking him down, but I do think it'll be a close game. I'm not too sure. I don't expect much from the Jaguars this season, even though they added him.
I'm going to pick Jacksonville. That's a hard division. It's a very hard division. And I agree with you. I don't expect them that much out of them. But at the same time, I do expect them to either be a game over 500 or 500 this year. Just because he's got weapons. The offense should be humming as long as he gets time. He's a great quarterback. But I feel like he's going to be next Andrew Luck with injuries, have 3 great years to start his career, and then the offense line takes him. But
yeah,
let's go Arizona, Tennessee.
This one, I mean, I feel like everyone's going to say the Titans. But I'm a big Kyler Murray fan. I think, when he's on his game, he's really good. So I'm not too settled on that one yet. But I guess like my gut's telling me the Titans will take it though.
I'm going Tennessee, but very close. I just think that Julio Jones is more of a splash than AJ Green is, but I could be wrong. But Arizona also added J.J. Watt, but J.J. Watt really didn't show for the Texans last year, and he's had history of injuries. So I'm going to stamp it up with the Tennessee Titans on that one.
Mm-hmm.
LA Chargers versus the Washington football team.
I'm going Chargers. Washington, yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick, like, I just don't. I see Justin Herbert outperforming him. So I think I'd go Chargers. Even though Washington, I was kind of surprised by Washington last season. But, yeah, I'm sticking with Justin Herbert and the Chargers.
I like it. I like it a lot. But I'm going to go football team close, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I was very close on making that pick as well. But that defense in Washington, just too good. And you're going to have a little Fitz magic in this game. It's going to be an absolute shootout. But it's going to be super close. And I believe the Washington football team will take it.
All right.
Okay. So, Philly and Atlanta. Who do you got?
I'm a little unsure on this one as well. Probably Atlanta. I guess I'd go the Falcons. Matt Ryan over Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too settled on that one either. I think the Falcons are probably a stronger team overall. I don't know. I might regret that.
I got Philadelphia on this one. Got Philly. Jalen Hurts, talking with our main guy here on the network, our vice president. He's hyped on Jalen Hurts. He doesn't even want Deshaun Watson in an Eagles uniform because he's so hyped on Hurts. So I'm gonna go Philly. Matt Ryan may chalk it up, especially Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be another close one. Philly gets it. Seattle versus the Indianapolis Colts.
Sorry, but I'm going against your Colts. I say Seattle. Seattle I feel like their offense, their offense is so solid. Like, you've got all the tools you need. I just think the last couple seasons they've kind of been falling short in certain places, but every year they're kind of contenders for the Super Bowl, and I don't see Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf, Chris Carson. I don't see them slowing down anytime soon, so I'm going Seattle on that one.
I am also going against my Colts. I'm going Seattle, even though you viewers, if it's first time watching Regan's Corner, I'm wearing a Kansas City hat because I'm a huge fantasy homer with Patrick Mahomes. But I have to go with Seattle because Russell cooks in the first part of the year. I would feel a little more comfortable picking Indy at the bottom part of the year because then I would know what Carson Wentz has or if Jacob Easton is the quarterback and what he has, because I'm not sold on that injury just yet on Carson Wentz. And I am full on Seattle. I think it's going to be big, even in Indianapolis. Big. Seattle, big.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Minnesota, Cincinnati.
Vikings. I mean, yeah. Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen. You gotta go with Vikings. The Bengals, they haven't really been contenders for a while now. I think it's exciting that Joe Burrow is going to be back, but he's coming off a very rough injury like ACL. It'll be interesting to see how he bounces back from it and compare it to how he was playing prior to the injury. But yeah, got to go the Vikings on that.
Riley, same here. Vikings all day. I could see Cooks having 30 carries and maybe getting worn out this game, okay? Because they don't want to curt this game up, okay? Yeah. Even though they got wide receivers on the lower, but I don't really trust Kirk Cousins that much. So I'm going to hand it off to Cook. Just let him tear up that defense. San Francisco at Detroit. Who do you got?
The 49ers. Yeah, definitely 49ers. I think it'll be interesting to see Jared Goff and what he brings to the Lions, but San Francisco, I think, is still going to be the better team,
I couldn't agree more, Riley. San Fran, put it on the board. Those 49ers going to absolutely take control, especially since at least it was last year for the Detroit Lions. I think 49ers, big. Boza gets on Jared Goff a lot in this game. A lot. So here's the interesting game of the week. Browns, Chiefs.
I mean, it's going to be the Chiefs. I would assume most people would say that. Yeah, I mean the Browns. I feel like they've performed better recently, but it's the Chiefs, and they're kind of again along with Seattle that group that everyone's expecting to make it. Like you have Super Bowl expectations for the Chiefs. So I mean Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they've got a solid group. I think anybody would agree. I do like Baker Mayfield though, but yeah, I don't know. I give the upper hand to Patrick Mahomes.
I hate to do this, Riley, but I think this is the upset of the week. I think the Browns go in Arrowhead and upset the Kansas City Chiefs.
I mean,
I hate to do
if that
it.
happens, that'd be cool. That'd be a great game. And I'm not
I hate to do it.
Chiefs fan in general. I just, they have talent. So.
Hey, I love the Chiefs. Okay, they're my second team, but I feel like Patrick's gonna get his numbers. Don't get me wrong, he's gonna get his numbers, but they're gonna run the ball a lot during this game to limit Mahomes' opportunities here. Because when you have a two-horse weapon in Hunt and Chubb, and you have a defense that's somewhat suspect, as the Kansas City Chiefs are, it's not a great first matchup. And plus, Baker being kind of motivated. You saw in preseason the few kind of snaps he had. You just saw that he was almost electric. I know it was against second and third teamers, but Kansas City on the secondary, the Honey Badger better be ready, because I feel like Odell and Landry will probably eat in this game. That's why I'm going to take him. I don't like that I'm taking them. Larry Simpson will probably grin when he watches this, because I'm a big Chiefs guy. He's a big Browns guy. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I don't like me taking him, but I'm taking the Browns. Who do you got? Dolphins, Patriots.
I mean, I'm going Patriots. Obviously, as a Patriots fan, I feel like I'm going Patriots, but I think, or at least I'm hoping Mac Jones comes in and tears it up for us. But I mean, the Dolphins, they've been a bad team, obviously, for a while now. But last season, like they were pretty good. I enjoyed watching them. Tua, I think, is gonna have a good season. I think I wouldn't. I'm not looking at them the same way I was a couple seasons back, as like could go 0-16. Like I don't see that happening. So I think it could be close, especially with the Miami defense. But I think it's a good starting matchup for the Patriots. So I'm looking forward to it, to see how it works out.
For sure. I'm going to go Patriots too. I just feel like Bill Belichick as a GM just too much moves this offseason to lose to Miami first week. Plus, Mac Jones just looks like a reincarnation of Tom Brady. But the thing is, he had a better career in college than Tom Brady did, even though that he only had 1 year and Brady had 2 or 3 at Michigan. But like I said before, Mac could go down as the best quarterback in this draft because he went to the New England Patriots, giving life to that evil genius in Foxborough. Okay. Bill Belichick. Okay. But I'm going to pick him. It's going to be very close. Very close. Scary close for you as a Patriot fan. But Mac and Cheese goes on a last-second drive and wins the ball game. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's stressful. It's fine, as long as it's good at the end. So I'll take your prediction.
Okay. Denver, and then the Giants.
I'm gonna go Giants. I think Daniel Jones has a lot of potential, and now that he's got Saquon Barkley back, I think that'll help him out more than it did last season. So I got to go Giants.
Not so fast, cuz not so fast. I'm gonna pull Lee Corso on you. I'm going Denver on this one because you get Von Miller back, Danny Dimes. He can be great at times, but he's very turnover-ish as a player. Even though turnover-ish isn't a word, but just having Chubb and a decent secondary, plus you get Von Miller back. It's just, and their coach is the defensive genius. I don't know. I just think it's going to be Denver close. Teddy Bridgewater won't do anything to screw up the game. Their rookie, Williams, and Melvin Gordon will run all over that Giants defense. But I'm going Broncos on that one.
All right.
Okay. So, Packers, Saints.
I'm gonna say Packers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams. You know, I mean the Saints have a lot of weapons as well, and I think like Alvin Kamara carries their team a lot, but now that Drew Brees is gone, I'm not entirely sure what I expect for them this season. I think Jameis Winston, I hope he comes in and does well. If not, obviously you got Taysom Hill. So I think it'll be interesting to watch how the Saints work with the quarterback position and seeing if they're just, if we're trusting Winston fully yet or not. So, and we were talking about last week, they don't even think they're playing in New Orleans. I think the advantage is to Green Bay.
I do too. Green Bay wins big in Jacksonville. Big. I'm not sold on Jameis, even though eye surgery could make a whole heck of a difference. It's the decision making of Jameis Winston that scares me a little bit if I'm a Saints fan. Kamara may get overused, but with Michael Thomas being on the end shelf. But the next one, Chicago versus LA, the Rams.
I'm gonna go. Like I was talking about the trade between Detroit and LA. I'm excited to see Matt Stafford over here with the Rams, see what he can do. I think the Rams also have a pretty good line on offense. What we got, I am looking forward to Justin Fields as well, though. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely confident in my answer to pick the Rams, but that's what I'm going with.
See, there's a theory out there that Matt Nagy just started the red rifle, Andy Dalton, just because he guaranteed him a starting job when they signed. I think that's a false narrative. I could be wrong. Justin Fields could be in the game very quickly. But I feel like the Rams will absolutely destroy the Bears in the first week. So, Riley, I'm confident in the pick for the both of us. Okay?
Perfect.
Because they probably should start Justin Fields. That offensive line is terrible. Okay? Andy Dalton will be on the run all game long if he's in there. And if Justin's in there, same thing. But the difference is Fields can take it to the house, where Andy Dalton really can't anymore, or never really could. But I'm going Rams big. Now, the last game of the week, Monday night, and this could be a absolute game winner of a game here for the first Monday night in Las Vegas. If you have anybody on your fantasy rosters on Monday night, but who do you got?
I think I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson's a good quarterback, but I also think they've got the better defense going into the game. This is one that I feel like could go either way. I think, Derek Carr is pretty good, and he's got some good people to work with as well. But I do think that the Baltimore's defense might have the upper hand in it.
I do too. I think Baltimore wins very close. And this one I'm the least confident in because it's in the black hole. First time fans are allowed in that massive stadium that they just built in Las Vegas. I know it's not in Oakland, but it's close enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be a good game. I'm glad it's the Monday night one.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Guess we'll see.
I guess we will. But we're going to take time for a commercial break here at Regan's Corner at Indiana Farm Bureau for you. If you want any kind of car insurance, farmer insurance, house insurance, go get a free quota with Zach Coulter and Train Agency. So if you need any insurance, life insurance, like you see on the screen right now, it's in a free quota. Go get it. If you need house insurance, like you see on the screen, go get your house insurance. Make sure the dogs, the kids are all there for you, okay? And the house that you built in the family stays where it stays. And you have these beautiful crops, okay? Make sure they are insured here. All it takes is about 15 minutes to fill out a free quota of your choice. And plus, business-wise, you don't want to not be on the right side of the equation. So go fill out your quota for business. And plus, you get a free t-shirt, like one of our interviews has on here. Now back to the show. Okay, so Riley, let's talk a little baseball here. The Giants, the Dodgers, it's starting to heat up in the West. The Padres kind of fell out of it. Everyone's like, oh, San Diego. And I was one of them. I can make fun of it because I was one of them. Because San Diego was just so geared to being in the playoffs this year, and they fell down a cliff. So, who do you got in a series that could absolutely impact the playoff picture?
I mean, yeah, it's exciting. I think I see the Giants taking the West. I mean, this last weekend, they took 2 of the 3 games, and they got last night's game. Or 2 nights ago on Sunday, their Sunday game, they got to Walker Buehler, who's the Dodgers' best pitcher. He's making a strong case to be the National League Cy Young winner, and they got 6 runs off of him in 3 innings or something like that. So I see the Giants taking it. I mean, I think it's gonna be close. It'll be a race until the end here, but I don't know. I feel like it's the Giants' year. Things weren't supposed to work out for them, and they've been the best team.
For sure. They have been the absolute. But I'm going to switch it. Okay. I think the Dodgers just riding that momentum here. I think the Dodgers will, unfortunately, because I want Chris Bryant to have as many advances coming up to this year. Okay. But I feel like they're going to be in the wild card. The Giants will be. I feel like the Dodgers are starting to heat it up at the right points. The hitters are starting to hit. The pitching is starting to come in together, and they're starting to mesh, especially with their moves. Getting Matt Scherzer, that's nothing to sneeze at. Okay, I mean, even if they were in the wild card, I don't want to play him if I'm the Giants. That first playoff series. So if I'm the Giants, what I'm hoping is the Brewers takes control of the best record in baseball. Okay, because the Brewers are starting to go up. Okay, on that ladder. I'd rather play the Brewers in the first series than I would rather with the Dodgers. I'm gonna go Dodgers, but like you said, it's gonna go neck and neck, and this could go either way. Just preference and stuff like that. But Riley, what's the next topic?
A little bit of basketball. We're talking about the GOAT. Let's want to hear your picks for who you think basketball's GOATs are.
Number 10, Bill Russell, won numerous titles with the Boston Celtics, but it was a whole different era. The teams weren't as many in the league. You didn't have a 3-point line. So I'm gonna go Bill Russell 10th. I'm gonna go Shaquille O'Neal number 9. I'm gonna get some flack for that, but the Diesel, he's just one of the greatest players, dominant wise. There's just so many other players I would put ahead of Shaq though, because they can go all over and the careers they've had and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go Shaquille O'Neal number 9. Number 8, it's gonna get a little tricky. Number 8. I'm gonna go Kobe Bryant. I know that's gonna be very, very bad. He's won 5 championships. He's the Mamba. He's Michael Jordan reincarnated. Okay. But I'm going to go number 8. He would have been probably number 1 if him and Shaq would have stayed together. But they didn't. Number 7, I'm going to go Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at number 7. He's one of the greatest players of all time. The sky hook. You can't get much better than that. Number 6, I'm going to go Magic Johnson. Okay. Most people have him in the top 4. Okay. I'm going to have Magic in my, was it 6th or 5th spot there, Riley?
You're 6th.
My 6th. Okay. Number 5, okay, is Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain. Come on. If you score 100 points in a game and you're not in the top 5 list, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. I don't care if it was back in the 20s, okay? Bob Cousy's day. If you scored 100 points, you got to be on the list, especially in the top 5, okay? Number 4, Larry Legend, Larry Bird. It's number 4 on my list. Number 3, actually, I'll swap that. Number 3 is Larry, and number 4 is Kimye Tumbo. Okay, number 4. A little shocker there, a little hot cake there. Okay, he dominated the game on defense. Absolutely, defensively, was a stopper. Championship when Jordan retired for that year. But yes, Tumbo. Okay, comes at number 4. Number 3, Larry Bird. Number 2, LeBron James. Because LeBron James, he's just a physical freak. Okay? He's been that way his whole career. He's a more athletic version of Shaq. Okay? Because he was an absolute mercenary his whole career. Still is in Los Angeles. But number 1 is that bad man from Chicago and owns the Hornets, the airness, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Okay? There is nobody better in the history of the game than Jordan was. Okay? There was he's on the other atmosphere. Just the it factor. If he was in this league now, he would score average 45 a game, okay, with a 3-point line. Because he was an underrated 3-point shooter, even in his day. But that was more of a, I hope you don't get tackled, maimed kind of game back then, where he was still scoring in the 30s, averaging. The airness, just absolute. But Riley, any shockers in this list?
I mean, Kobe's kind of down there on the list. I think usually when you're asking people who they think the GOAT is of basketball, there's usually a top 3, and it's usually, I feel, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. I feel like those are the common answers you get. So for Kobe to be down there on the list, I'd say that's a little bit of a surprise. I wouldn't put him that low, but I mean, I respect your decisions. You got some good ones in there that I would agree with, and I think anyone can make a strong case on why Michael Jordan is, all-time GOAT.
Right, for sure. But Riley, let's give your top 10.
My top 10? Oh, man. Top 10? I don't know if I could do. How about I got 5? I got 5 for you.
Okay.
I do Magic 5. I think I do LeBron 4, 3 Larry Bird, 2 Michael Jordan, 1 Kobe. It's just how I would at least score those ones. I mean, I grew up with Kobe Bryant. I played basketball. Everything was always you didn't have a coach that didn't tell you to go watch what Kobe's doing. Go look at this. Watch this game. So, yeah, I just feel like Kobe's number one. Obviously, you can't deny LeBron's talent either, and what Michael Jordan brought to the Bulls. I mean, incredible players. Larry Bird. My dad would make me watch Larry Bird film as well, and then Magic Johnson, of course.
Right.
No denying it. But yeah, that's how I'd go. At least 1 through 5. I don't know what my next 5 would be. You got some good names in there too, though. Wilt's probably. Yeah. Kareem definitely. But I'm not. They're not set in their positions yet, so I'll have to look. I'll have to make my definitive list.
For sure. And we'll look forward to hearing it, posting it. But yeah, everyone gets very rattled to go talk in basketball. It's fun to kind of debate and stuff like that. I have no problem Kobe being number one. Rest in peace, the Mamba. He had the mindset that Jordan had. He was just another student of the game, okay? I'm surprised I had him so low, okay? Because I was just trying to think off the top of my head who came here, who came there. But if I sit down and probably watched game film and stuff like that, I think Kobe would probably be a lot higher. It was just what names pop in my head here and there. And Kobe's was just boom, 8. Don't know why, but he was 8. Same with Shaq. He was 9. But for sure, okay, since fantasy football's coming around, who's the GOAT quarterbacks in fantasy football?
Ooh. Tom Brady's greatest, he's a GOAT in general. For fantasy purposes, man, I don't know. I might go. I think Josh Allen's a strong one to have. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady. Those are probably top 4 I'd try to choose between. But there's a lot of good quarterback options, I think. But yeah, I think if I was just picking one straight up to help my fantasy team, I might go Josh Allen first.
I like it. I like the pick. But Riley, we're going all time. Okay? All time. Okay? Throughout the years in the NFL. I'm going to go a little bit of a different direction here. Okay? It's a little bit of a homer pick, but it really isn't. Okay? I'm going the sheriff. Okay? Mr. Peyton Manning. Okay? Him or Patrick Mahomes. Okay? If I am in a deadly pinch or pickle for my fantasy team, oh boy, the Sheriff when he was at Denver the first couple of years, and then his years at Indianapolis, Indiana. Man, dude, woof. Just another level, okay? Another level. Tom Brady's a good one, though. Tom Brady's a good one, especially in Foxborough. But Aaron Rodgers also. So you have a really good list there. But, yeah, I'm going to go Sheriff.
I mean, I think if we're all time, I'd pick Brady for obvious reasons. Just because there's no denying the talent that he has. Yeah, Peyton Manning's a solid option. Also, one of a kind guy. Yeah.
But yeah, so all right, that leads to our last segment. Okay, so the college football season's kind of already here. Okay.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna do a general sports hot cakes. Okay, just an outrageous takes. Okay, so enjoy the video. Okay, so Riley, what are some sports hot cakes that you want the viewers to know leading up to the NFL season?
NFL. I say Dolphins come, and I say Dolphins are in the playoffs this season. I think that would be my hot cake. I think they've got all the tools to make it happen, and they've been counted out for a while now, but with their defense, and I think Tua can definitely produce as their quarterback. So I'm going to go with them, bet on them for this season.
Nice. Okay. Mine, Dalvin Cook wins MVP.
That's a good one.
Because the Vikings will lead heavy on him. It's a firing hot cake. But if he stays healthy, there's a possibility. 2,000 yards, very easily. But the key word is stay healthy. And I'm doing this because on my OJ Slow White Broncos Fantasy Football League, I have Dalvin Cook as my fantasy running back. So that's a little bit of a homer pick. But it's the hot take. Okay? You flip him up and we do some pancakes. Because even with your Dolphins pick, because they were so close to making the playoffs last year. So close. But with the Buffalo and with Patriots getting back to the Patriot way with old mac and cheese, it's going to be a little bit harder for old Tua to kind of get away with that Deshaun Watson noise that's hitting him so hard right now. Even though he's not a bad quarterback, it just seems like he's not getting the right proper change for a first-round quarterback that high. But yeah, so
I think either get them or
for sure. But today was a great show, Riley. Thank you for always for coming on, and stay froggy, cuz.